How do you spell 12th? Because it's I don't know if it's a Mandela effect or if this is just ridiculous spelling. And no wonder why I didn't pay any interest in learning how to spell. I can spell, I can read, don't get me wrong. But I mean, most of it don't make sense. 12th being a massive example. Have a look at this.
All right, so y'all gonna have to get a dictionary out because I just seen a video of the Mandela effect of the year. They're trying to tell us now that 12 is spelled TWELFTH.
I don't know if it's Mandela or not, but why have they got an F and TH? They do the same thing. 12th or 12th. You know, like what in the... I don't know. Welcome to the Red or Blue Pill. Thank you for returning. If you're new, we go through creepy TikToks to make your question reality. Don't forget though, sub up, turn on notifications, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's roll.
I'm gonna ask y'all again, what was up with that earthquake in California 2 days ago? So just yesterday, after the earthquake, it was all pink and it smelled really weird in the air. And if you watched my last video, you know that radiation has been peaking in California yesterday. And they said it smelled like this outside too. This video belongs to her. Watch this for a minute.
Somebody tell me why it's pink outside? Notice that the sky... What the hell? What is that smell? The sky is pink, you guys, and it smells funky out here.
And the commenters were filled with people that said, I've lived in California my whole life, never has the sky gone pink after an earthquake, but this time. I have no idea what's going on, but it's very weird. More on this tomorrow. By the way, the drones that have been plaguing New Jersey are now in New York. And as you can see right here in the comments under my New Jersey video on Facebook, everyone's been being plagued by drones, and not just New Jersey. But they are everywhere, including Cali.
The simulation is breaking. Weird weather everywhere, including the UK. I mean, I've never felt warm winds before in the UK until this year, but I'm doing it. I've never seen white clouds so much in my life. I think I've seen white clouds, wow, a blanket of white, not even clouds. I don't even know what you call it. More this year than I have in my whole life. What else have I seen? I've seen some crazy rainbows going on, like a double rainbow. Never did I see that before in my life until this year, and now I see them all the time, like the big double rainbows. The whole world is absolutely bonkers.
Breaking fucking news, Russia with a massive win, massive W, as Russia outlaws Satanic temple, deeming it undesirable and blasphemous of traditional religious values. You're gonna be mad at me, some people will be, and guess what? I really don't care. You can call me a little authoritarian, right, for thinking this. I can't believe that, it's wild to say this, but it's a good thing, right? For anyone that knows anything about Satanism and what it practices and what these people do behind closed doors, you would know that this is amazing news and the West should follow suit. However, of course, in the United States Constitution, under the First Amendment, you have the freedom to religion, which unfortunately does include this one. Listen, I am Christian. Jesus is Lord. He is my Savior. But I have friends who are Muslim. I have friends that are atheists, friends that are Buddhists. It's okay to have different points of view. However, this one religion, I'm telling you, is bad news. So, yeah, major props to Putin. Huge W for Russia. Let's keep the momentum rolling.
Interesting. I think that's what the them lot do, right? I don't know, though. I don't know. It's all crazy. It is all bonkers. Everything. The whole thing in this world. The more questions I try to answer, the more questions I'm left with. You know what I mean? Like, I keep going down. But it's everything we look into just doesn't have an answer, and nobody can agree on it. It doesn't matter what I do or what anybody does. You've just got two difference of opinions. Like it's like a mental, mental. I don't know. It's like the biggest riddle. Life is like a riddle that you're never going to be able to get to. Like with a film, within 2 hours, you're going to find out what the answers is. But I'm 37 now, and I've got a feeling that, you know, even if I'm here at 90, I'm going to be still trying to work out the riddle, which, I mean, that's frustrating. That's going to be frustrating, you know? But at least we're not alone. Do it together. Probably won't agree on most of it because, you know, we don't. You know, people do have their own opinion, which is valid and true. That's why I always say I know nothing, because I don't. Because we won't know until the end. Still listening to the video. What is going on Notre Dame Cathedral? And there's someone called Nostradamus. Notre Dame Cathedral. And then there's someone called Nostradamus. Like, what's the link there? Because I don't actually know. The boss man is back. What's going on? I don't know. What do we know? Can someone help me out here? I don't know. But the what's his name's there? William, or what? One of the king princes, the UK prince. I don't know. They're all there, but what's going on? I don't understand. Love how he sits there all by himself and excludes the power. What is this event? Yeah, what is this event? I don't know. Someone help me out in the comments, please.
New revelations about the man with the famous name who died in a mysterious Hollywood Hills house fire late last month. Neighbors believed he was a member of the Rothschild banking family and possibly a billionaire. But tonight, we've learned a lot more about the true identity of William de Rothschild and the hidden life he led for more than 40 years. Eyewitness News reporter Jory Rand joining us live now on the Hollywood Hills with those new revelations tonight. Jory.
That's right, Mark. The man who lived and died in this Laurel Canyon home was known to neighbors simply as Will Rothschild. They believed he was part of that famous family, but it turns out he was not, and his name originally was not Rothschild at all. It was Kaufman, and tonight we caught up with a family member in Oregon who had no idea he had been living here these last 40 years. 1 week after this Hollywood Hills home caught fire and a man known to neighbors as Will Rothschild, a billionaire member of the famed Rothschild family, was found dead inside, the picture of who this man really was is beginning to come into focus. It turns out 87-year-old William de Rothschild used to be William Kaufman of Oregon. The LA Times reporting he changed his name in the 80s. Hi, is this Richard?
It is.
Hi, Richard. Sorry to bother you. This is Jory Rand calling from ABC7 in Los Angeles. Tonight, we reached out to Richard Kaufman, brother to William de Rothschild, who had no idea his brother was even alive.
I thought he had passed away 40 years ago. Last contact I had with him was a telephone call that was kind of odd. It seemed like he had something to tell me. Didn't. And when I never heard from him again, I kind of presumed that maybe he had an illness, didn't want to talk about it, and just quietly passed away.
He hadn't, and had been quietly living in Laurel Canyon, somehow living like a billionaire with multiple properties and dozens of luxury vehicles on elevators inside his garage.
Those I saw with my own eyes, so they're there.
So where did the money come from?
Your guess is as good as mine.
His brother was equally baffled.
But I don't know how he made his money.
And neither friend nor family really knew who this person, who had lived as William Kaufman and Will de Rothschild, really was.
I was trying to decide whether I should be sad about this, but in reality, I'm somewhat happy about it, that he had a life, even though it might have been somewhat bizarre, that he lived a long life, did not pass away in his 40s.
He was a kind, gentle soul, and as far as he goes, there's no deception on his part. Absolutely not. He was nice to everyone. He never had a bad word to say about anyone, and was a good neighbor. I consider him a good friend, and I'm really sorry that he's gone.
So it was really important to neighbors here to let everyone know that Will was not posing as a member of the famous family. He never said that he was, but the lifestyle and the name could have led people to use their imagination to connect the dots, but he certainly had that lifestyle as to where the money came from. So we had an inkling when we came here a week ago, and the Hummer parked in the driveway was registered to a Margot Merkin. She is the heiress to the budget rent-a-car fortune. She lives in the home up the street. The LA Times reporting that the two are married, though to neighbors here, they just assumed she was a cousin who he would go and visit. He lived here in this much smaller, run-down house. There is a much larger, much fancier home up the hill. They both apparently belong to Merkin. That could be where the money came from. But again, we're waiting to figure that out. We're also waiting to hear from the coroner for official cause of death.
What in the bizarre is going on there? Hear me out. Here's what's going on here. That is a cover. That is one of the covers. Oh, this is like Rick and Morty. This is Morty's got like loads of parallel families in place just in case someone wants to come and take him out. So they have to go through all these fake families first, but they get a warning as soon as they've been like unalived. This sounds like this is what's going on. There's a war, obviously. We know a lot of the people with that surname is unfortunately unalive at the moment. So this guy probably has been put in place as this person, and he's been taken out, but it's the wrong person. So now this is all coming to light that there was some random guy who's been living a life of a billionaire that wouldn't question it being that surname. And now you can see who's linked to it. Like it don't make sense. Like that's probably the biggest thing I've seen for a long time, actually, of that why would they need cover families? To cut. Oh, I don't know. Let me know what you think.
Central Park looking for the backpack the killer wore during the shooting. And last night, they believe they found it. And now they've cracked it open. Inside, Monopoly money. Those fake bills you use in the classic board game. It's the latest strange twist added on to the fact that the killer wrote the words depose, delay, deny on separate bullet shells found at the scene. These
are not the same people. The guy at the top, the pro, different jacket, classy backpack. This guy that they took a picture of at the hostel, just some poor guy that's going to be the patsy. No doubt that the Starbucks cup and the evidence that the guy at the top left at the crime scene was probably from this poor guy. And this guy that was staying at the hostel because he probably couldn't afford rent in New York City is about to get surprised with a flash bang grenade at 2 o'clock in the morning and a SWAT team rushing in. Not the same person. That guy, this guy, different people.
That's crazy. This is the healthcare guy who got shot. Very weird circumstances going around with that guy at the moment, and they've released a picture of who they're looking for, and it looks absolutely nothing like the guy. What is? I mean, are we all just waking up and realizing? And this is why they always keep all their investigations secret, is because they're all just ridiculous like that? Or is this just, I don't know, a pantomime? I don't know. You wouldn't do, I mean, with this kind of exposure to the world, I mean, I'm in the UK and I know about it. It's all over TikTok. You would have a very thorough investigation before releasing something like that. You're not going to release that. I mean, it is a big shot. What is going on in our world?
It is official. These animals are evolving. I want you to see what this whale does. It takes a dump. As you can see, the brown water. Now these two poor kids look back to confirm that the whale actually took a shit. I want you guys to witness what this whale does. Torpedoes out the water and lands directly where he took a shit. Why, you might ask? Because it was 100% pure intentional. This whale is tired of the antics. This whale is tired of the gimmicks, so he's gonna shit on everybody. I know whales and dolphins are the most intelligent sea creatures, but this is different. This is portraying emotional intelligence, intent. This whale knows exactly what it's doing. This whale knows its fate, that it's stuck in jail, so everyone needs to suffer like how he is suffering. I don't think most of the human population realizes that these animals are evolving, that these animals know what's going on. The veil has been removed. It's like these poor kids know what's about to happen, but they don't know. They just wanted to confirm. Free all the animals locked up. They deserve to be in the wild. And until then, keep taking shits, whale.
Now this is weird. This was spotted, and a picture obviously taken of it, over the southwest of the United States just the other day. Oh, I've got more pictures of that, and it gets stranger. Now there's 3 of them. Not just one circle, but 3. 3 light circles in the sky. The middle one with some kind of beam coming out of it. I've never seen anything like that, so I obviously don't know what it is. And I guess it could be a lens flare, but it would be the weirdest lens flare I've ever seen. Do you think this could be a lens flare? Or maybe, just maybe, the photographer, meaning person who took the picture, caught something different, some kind of paranormal, some kind of weird thing in the sky. I guess technically that's a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena. But I want to know what you think these 3 things could be. Are they some kind of portal? Is it some kind of energy beam? Is it just an unidentified thing? Or is it something like a lens flare? Let me know your opinion in the comment section, Booshkies. Shabadoo!
Just what we do is go and ask the government, because, you know, they'll never lie to us.
Imagine some celebrities just change characters.
I had no idea he'd been unwell.
No,
like most
no,
people. Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I don't think anyone knew.
Yeah.
In fact, let me take this opportunity to say that I think he staged his passing rather well.
We'll talk now more about David Bowie and his influence. Let's bring in Jack Stephen. He is director of Fortune Music.
It's actually Fortress Music.
Fortress Music.
Yes.
Do beg your
No,
pardon, Jack. Fortress Music, and worked as in the music industry. As an executive in the Bowie era, and also Bowie's fashion sense we're going to talk about as well. It's influenced the era. And Lizzie Zeta, fashion stylist, is with. Welcome to you both. Apologies again,
No
Jack.
problem.
I mean, but perhaps first sum up how you felt this morning when you heard this.
I was just saying earlier that I actually felt that part of me had died. I mean, I have to say that's how much an influence he is, I think, to me and to thousands and millions of people around the world. And strangely, I'm surprised. I sort of lived through John Lennon's death, Elvis's death, and sadly, this one's affected me more than any other. I mean, it's a very strange thing. I mean, his vocal influence, a lot of people don't know this, came from Anthony Newley, who of course was a musical artist. So I find it very, very sad today.
People today talking about how he reinvented himself, how he went with the time.
I think he staged his passing rather well.
Well, that was Angie Bowie coming out of Big Brother. And she has said he staged his passing very well. And then that guy, I mean, that looked a lot like Bowie. And he had a weird look on his face when he was saying certain things.
Vật thể vai không xác định.
Supposedly, this is a picture of one of the car-sized drones flying around New Jersey right now. What is that? That looks like a tail. And what are these? I mean, it's a drone. Where are the rotors? Where's the battery pack? Where's the propulsion system? Because I don't see any of that here. I mean, come on, they're drones, really? And it's not just New Jersey. They're being seen all over the U.S., and I wouldn't be surprised if they're being seen all over the world. And it's the size of a car? What civilian or military drone looks like that? I mean, they're not trying to hide. They're flying low. I mean, what are these things? But they're saying, oh, there's nothing to worry about. We're investigating it. You know, we're on it, but don't worry. They're just drones. Really? I mean, it's getting ridiculous. But no, they're just drones.
What in the sci-fi movie is going on there? That is alien sci-fi shizzle, my nizzle. You know what I mean? Like, what do we do about this? Why can't they just come down and just like gate crash a live TV show or something. It's me, your father. Luke, I am your father. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm running out of reactions on this. There's so many UFOs. Like, what can I say? What can I say? I've said it all. It's bonkers.
Animal mutilations, the genetic things. Do you feel that probably this is a fabrication in terms of creating a fear in which, like you say, come as an attitude of one planet against an alien?
It's exactly what I believe. Now, you have to know that when Hitler got ready to go into Europe, to invade France and the other countries of Europe, he began broadcasting Nostradamus' predictions. What did you see on television last night? Why do they use these predictions and prophecies to get you to give up? If it's been prophesied and it's going to come true, you're not going to fight it. To neutralize the Christian community so that they won't fight the new one world government. Hitler dropped the prophecies which said Hitler was going to win and was going to be the ruler of a 1,000-year time of peace. So the French dropped their weapons and ran. Pay attention to what's happening. AT&T, one world, one car. Ma'am, I really don't have the answer to that question. The abductees say that it's alien extraterrestrial beings. You start doing research and you find out that the intelligence community has done so much work into mind control and implantation and being able to control individual human beings with this technology that you begin to wonder if it's really aliens or if it's really us. And then you look in the UFO community, you find out most of these people are connected directly to the intelligence community, are active agents that have been caught or have confessed. And you have to wonder what in the hell's going on. Pardon? I can tell you that Richard Doty is, John Lear is, Bob Lazar is. You've seen evidence that Bud Hopkins is. I can tell you Whitley Strieber is, because there's no other place he could have gotten the information that he wrote in his book Majestic, except from the same top secret documents that I saw. Only he's never been in a position with a clearance to see them. He's an author. I could go on and on. Yes, sir.
What about personal property? If this new world order will go like you suggest, what about personal property, like land, home?
Private property will be abolished. You will use what the state gives you. Remember I said totalitarian socialist state. In a socialist government, everything belongs to the state.
Will there be any places in the world that will have that kind of situation?
The question was, will there be any place in the world where they won't have that situation? Let me say this again, as George Bush, read my lips, new world order. New world, or there's places you could go and probably escape for a time because it's not number one on their agenda, but they're going to get there sooner or later, believe me.
What about changing the bank?
That's coming. I foresee a cashless system where you use a card or a laser tattoo on your hand. And I'm not trying to connect this with any religious prophecy. This is what I know is coming. This is what they have planned. I've talked to bankers who already know this is coming, and they're prepared for it. They're already withdrawing $100 bills from circulation now. Next will be $50 bills. They're doing it now. The president has already said, out of the Middle East conflict will come the New World Order. And people still keep asking me, how much time do we have? There is no time.
So remember when I told you guys that George Knapp said that they were shooting at these drones and that it's not doing any good and that they're entering sensitive airspace and that they're trying to knock them down out of the skies, but they can't do it? Well, here's some footage to show you that. Check it out. See it? Look! Na boo boo, you can't get me. We're aliens, you can't shoot us. What's going on? No luck whatsoever, cannot touch it. Not today. So, give me your opinion. What do you think about this? It's AI generated. Everything's AI generated. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's actual footage. Maybe it's real. I'm not sure how new that is, but that was what someone sent me. It said, hey, look, this is why they can't hit them. This is why they're still up there. Because they can't shoot them. It can't happen. Leave your comments.
That was like a game. That looked like Space Invaders, where you're trying to shoot them down. Space Invaders. Wow. There we go. It says it all, doesn't it?
Oh my God, they got him, dude. Look. I know y'all have seen Matt Rife, right? He's got blonde hair now. Let's take a look at Matt Rife from the earlier years, okay? So this is how he looked in the beginning. He looks a lot different, actually. Anyways, through the years. So now, this must have been right before he went blonde, right? Y'all take a good look at him. Look into his eyes. What do you see? I mean, really, though, what do you see? Then he pops up looking like Kiefer Sutherland on that movie, The Lost Boys, you know, when he was like the vampire or whatever. Looks just like him, right? We all know what vampires do, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that's what vampires do. So back to this picture right here, man. You see that bracelet right there? Let's take a closer look. At first, I thought it was one of those red bracelets, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's just like a little gold bracelet. Well, this specific bracelet, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's got 8 or 10. Okay, I'm back. It's got 10 dots all the way around it. Those dots represent something kind of important. Just Google that and see what y'all come up with.
Cows and other grass-eating species have a digestion system that emits methane. And methane is a very powerful greenhouse gas. And so cows alone account for about 6% of global emissions. And so we need to change cows, just cows alone.
How are we going to do that?
Well, actually, of all the categories, the one that has gone better than I would have expected 5 years ago is this work to make what's called artificial meat. And so you have people like Impossible or Beyond Meat, both of which I invested in.
You eat it as well, or you like it?
Absolutely.
You do.
You can go to Burger King and buy the Impossible Burger.
All right. Is it healthier for you or just healthier for the atmosphere?
It's slightly healthier for you in terms of less cholesterol. It's, of course, dramatic reduction in methane emissions, animal cruelty, manure management, and the pressure that meat consumption puts on land use. The main reason why we need to increase the agricultural output over the rest of this century is not the population increase. It's that as countries get richer, they eat more meat, and meat is a very inefficient way of creating calories. And so it's super helpful.
From leading Microsoft to COVID vaccine, which some people are still suffering from the effects till today, to introducing the GMO seeds that some of our people has already embraced, to creating synthetic meat. What other evidence do we need to understand that this man doesn't have a good motive for all of these things he is creating? I don't even know why he is walking around freely. He needs to be locked up somewhere and fed with everything he is creating. My dear Africans, we have been living off our organic seeds for so many years, for generations upon generations now, and nothing has happened to us. What made some of you think that this his GMO seeds that he has introduced to Africa is the best? We really need to decolonize our minds. It seems as if colonialism has not taught us anything at all. Why should we embrace this man's seeds over the ones we have been using over the years? I believe I've said enough. I'm not going to go deep into it. People are still suffering from COVID vaccine. He has even created synthetic beef. In some countries like Italy, they have already asked him to stop. They are even planning to sue him for that nonsense. But this is Africa embracing the GMO seeds he has introduced. We need to wake up, my people. Let us wake up. Honestly speaking, let's wake up. We cannot be deceived in 2024 by these people anymore. Enough is enough.
I am not going to react to that last one because it will get taken down. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. End of the show, peeps. Thanks for watching. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow.